I'm Old Sneelock. Welcome to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop. I've assembled the hub, put the bearings on, got the shaft in, everything's all set up ready to drop into the frame. I've taken these big calipers, which makes it so that I can reach over this centerpiece. Otherwise I'd just use these, but they won't reach. I can come in here, pick up the outside of this hole and go to the outside or the inside. I can come in here with the calipers, touch the left hand side and just hold it there, then measure to the inside of the other hole. That automatically cancels out half the hole diameter, makes it so that I'm measuring center to center on the two holes. Then by going to the 1 inch mark and setting one side of the caliper there, kind of hold it with my fingers, then I can come down and say, okay, that's 6.5 inches. It's actually the 7.5 inch mark, but I started at the 1, and the reason I do that is the end of the rule sometimes is not perfectly 1 inch from that 1 inch mark. Especially on older ones, they wear a little bit and they get beat up. This is a fairly new one and in good shape, but it's a good practice to get into is just go to the 1 inch mark. There, 6.5 inches. That way I know that if I drill this hole 6.5 inches from that hole, that's going to drop right into it. Now why am I making all this trouble about the distance between those two holes? Well, the distance between this frame and this frame was fixed. That's how this assembly came. These were all riveted together. I couldn't adjust that, so I had to make things fit. But since I'm making a new frame, I'm going to make this top piece out of angle iron. And that angle iron is going to have the flange going towards the inside. So 6.5 inches center to center. Now I need to go out and get a diameter on the wheel so that I can set the diameter of the wheel and have this frame long enough to accept it. Now with this diameter wheel, this frame actually works really well. I'm able to sit on it. My hands are right here at the wheel. And there's no problem working on something when it's sitting like this. But with a big wheel, the big wheel is going to be back into here. That, if I have anything like a plane blade, I would have to lean back to fit it between the stone and my stomach, which I could probably lose some stomach, but even then, I'd rather have the wheel out this far away from me. So whatever diameter this wheel is on the big wheel, I have to have the axle out the difference between that diameter and the diameter on this grinder. So that's going to determine how long this frame is going to be for the big wheel. I suppose I could move the seat back further. This frame would let me do that. But that's a perfect, comfortable position for my feet to be when I'm sitting on this seat right here. That's why I set the seat like that. And there's not much room to bring this seat further back without me being out past the end of the grinder, and then I'm going to have my feet in the wrong position to hit the treadles. So, the difference between this diameter and the diameter of the big wheel is important. Let's see, the old wheel is 15 inches in diameter. And this one, unfortunately, is not round. I mean, it's not round by a long ways. 25.5. Well, it is round. Look at that, 25 and a half by 25 and a half. Almost all the way around. Why does it have a lope in it? I bet they set that axle in there off center. When we put the new hub in, this may run a lot truer than what I thought it was going to. So 25 and a half, it's just 10 inches bigger in diameter than the other one. By the time I get done tuning it up, it's going to be down to 25. We're going to call it 10 inches bigger than the other one. After a whole lot of thinking and some scratching on the paper, I came up with the idea that I needed a 32-inch long piece of angle iron. And just to be on the safe side, I figured I can always cut some more off, so I made it 33. There we go, 33. Having this little bandsaw is just great. I can set something up, turn it on, walk away, do something else, and when I come back, it's just done. Thanks, Jim. If you have any suggestions for a new video, questions about today's video, or any of the other videos on the channel, just drop a note in the comments. You know I rate them all. Thanks for watching. This video is not to be viewed by anyone under the age of 13 in the U.S. or 16 in the European Union, without the express written permission of the parents or legal guardians of the underage person. Such written permission must be on file at the local government entity in charge of enforcing the rules and regulations established by the FTC. Anyone violating these terms is admitting by default that they hold harmless the owners and operators of this channel. Any and all questions should be addressed to your local branch of the FTC.